Thank you for joining us on Imagine Diamonds TV. Do you think it's sketchy to buy a ring online? It's a question of a good friend of mine asked recently. He just asked his girlfriend to marry him, and the ring she liked was for sale at an Etsy site and apparently shipped from Hong Kong. Being asked my opinion on such matters is not an infrequent occurrence. As a person tied to the world of gems and jewelry, I'm often asked to put input when it comes to the jewelry purchase of my friends and family members. And since an engagement ring is usually the most major jewelry purchase a person makes in his life, and it's also one of the most common, most people will talk about someone who they're about to debate it with. If someone they trust and will give an honest answer, enter me. Now, answering my friend's question requires a bit of a deep dive into the wider subject that addresses, that of buying an engagement ring online. Because too many people, even hearing the question my friend asks, causes them to physically recoil and disgust and utter horror. Buying an engagement ring online, that's very ideal. I'm not here to try and make fools of the brick and mortar allegiant or convince them that they're error in their ways. Because if you want to make a secret, I'm one of the brick and mortar allegiants. But when online engagement rings naysayers must admit that this game has essentially changed. The traditional diamond selling process has been turned on its head over years, shifting vastly away from the typical experience an engagement ring shopper might have in a jewelry store experience. It's not brick and mortar versus this one guy in his garage selling shoddy imitation diamonds or a poorly designed website. It's a brick and mortar versus everyone else and many others. And these are not significant companies, nor any other engagement ring business substantially. There are disadvantages, whether perceived or actual, to anything and online naysayers would eagerly grip at and lack of information available when trying to purchase an engagement ring online. The increased likelihood of being swindled or not getting exactly that you want, and a general sense of the diamond or an ease at not actually getting to see the ring first. And I get it, I really do. But let's take a look at each of these components and closely see if we can actually turn them into some of the pros of online engagement ring shopping. First, the lack of information available when trying to purchase an engagement ring online. This refers to the fact that when you buy something online, you don't really get to ask any questions unless the company has some sort of live chat box that pops up and you browse and see what's available. You are by and large left to make a purchase decision on your own. Or you could sum it up much more succinctly. There are no salespeople. And if that's what you're looking for, then you got me. There are no salespeople. Online engagement ring shopping does not require that you come to the table with some amount of knowledge of the subject. You have to have a good idea of what is it that you want. But let's consider jewelry salespeople for a moment. Are most of these diamond experts? I'll ask you that because an unequivocal no. And while having no salespeople is viewed as a downside to online billing, it can be just a big upside. Think about it. No one smothering you in the store visit, peppering you with many questions, pressuring you into purchasing an order to help their monthly commission check. And because there are no salespeople or retail spaces, overhead, and additional inventory carrying costs for that matter, an online engagement will likely cost you less money. And when I say less, I mean significantly less. And let's not forget that you can always inform yourself prior to the purchase. There's nothing stopping you from doing your homework, from seeking a jeweler or a gemologist, or simply doing some research on cut, clarity, color, and carat yourself. Then, once you're online pursuing diamond rings, you'll have a better idea of what is it that you want without the help of a point of purchase salespeople. Second, the increased likelihood of being swindled or not getting exactly what that you want. It's the online dating principle. There's simply more room for the misrepresentation when you're becoming familiar with someone or something that you've never actually seen it in real life. His picture could be a fake, or it could have been taken 5 years ago before he went bald. But here's still the therapy and heavy duty and depressants. So yes, it's possible that your diamond or ring might be exactly what the website description made it out to be. It's possible, and certainly more so when you haven't had the chance to see the person when you're committed to buying. But take comfort in the fact that diamonds, while I hate to call them mathematical, it sucks all the romance out of them, are graded. They are graded and measured on numerous aspects. So if you're worried you won't be able to get exactly what you're seeing, remember that grading criteria is universal and means that the same thing to everyone. Unlike potential dates who may have characterized as funny, handsome, or depend on whether or not you find them to be actually in possession of those qualities. With a diamond, you can absolutely rely on the grading criteria. So it comes back to the notion of educating yourself. For instance, if after doing your research you decide you're interested in, say, an E-color VVS clarity diamond, then regardless of whether you buy it online or in store, you can be sure that any stone graded with that criteria will be the quality level that you're looking for. Of course, you can and should always make sure the online source you're utilizing stands behind their merchandise and has a robust policy to accommodate returns should something turn out to be not what it was. Third, a general sense of discomfort or unease at not actually getting to see the ring first. This is the most difficult concern to address because some people will only be comfortable making this kind of purchase from a store, and after a thorough live examination of the stone in question. This is completely valid. Diamonds do have differences. However, subtle and sometimes yet simply know that as you've seen it, held it under the light, and try it to at least one of your confident potential buying an online engagement ring. It's a different world out there, and one in which buying online is far more mainstream than most people realize. So how did I answer my friend's question? I told him I probably wouldn't. Etsy isn't exactly some of the bigger companies, but I also very am picky about diamonds. I'm a gemologist. Luckily, most people aren't like me. In fact, hardly anyone is like me, and well, we aren't all a little bit grateful for that. But at the same time, buying an engagement ring online, you get to see the certification, you get to see the return policy, and you get to understand what the diamond buying is all about. So at the end of the day, you do have options, and it poses an opportunity for you to buy something with ease, knowing that no salespeople on the floor is pushing you to buy something because there is no commission sale involved. Okay? So today I have a couple examples of some of the engagement rings that you could buy. Okay, this is the popular sidestone diamond. Classic pavé around the sides. Then you have a halo where you have the baby diamonds surrounding the center stone. Then we have classic solitaire with an elaborate big diamond. And then we have the famous three stone, the past, the present, and the future. Thank you for joining us on Imagine Diamonds TV.